Alright, there we go. Uh-huh. Anyways, it's time for Atlas's epilogue, because why not? So, to recap, you guys should remember the ending, considering I made some people tear up. Considering I made almost all 4 of you tear up was astounding. I did not expect Noah to even admit that he almost teared up.
You love that?
Noah cry.
Honestly, Noah was the last person I expected to even get remotely close to tearing up. It's Noah of all people. Like, do you expect him to tear up over a D&D story? With, like, ridiculous characters and somehow I almost make this man cry? I mean, may I expect it?
Hey!
You're very emotional when it comes to D&D stories. Have you forgotten how religiously you protected Alir in every moment of Chapter 1?
Well, when you put it that way...
Yeah, when I put it that one way out of how many scenarios?
I don't know.
Do we need to mention how you were absolutely astounded over the fact that Aether decided big bird thing is big dog pet?
I was very astounded.
Anyways, to recap last epilogue of Phoenix left their home continent, went to a new continent, started exploring things, fell into the water, and then proceeded to do things. Ah yes, blurred. It's like a shitty sensor. Now it just looks like a city in a Hallmark movie. Now it's just the lights you see in the background of a Hallmark movie.
All I sound is...
All I sound is...
There's a quote from Bella.
Honestly, I should have expected that.
Sound is... What happened?
I should have expected that.
Your mother, yum.
Knock knock, it is your mother.
I made that quote. It was me.
Okay, anyways. Atlas, are you ready? Are you ready to have your heartstrings most likely ripped into shreds, because why not?
What?
Are you ready to have your heartstrings ripped into shreds, because why not? Alright, so. We leave off from where Phoenix went, and we go to Atlas now. Atlas, you are currently standing in front of the large citadel you just finished your fight in. You're standing outside, tear welled up in your eyes, with slightly ravaged clothing from the fight, just staring up to the top floor of the building. All you can remember last is a light flash, and then suddenly your friends are gone. Sjel disappeared,
Bye.
Satsu gone, Phoenix and Alexios gone as well.
Felicia.
Husk only recently departing to continue his own quest. As you look around, you still see a few of your old allies. You see Lizatia, the puppet master, and her puppet companion Baron. After a night of them celebrating, and you just solemnly sitting away, a new day comes. What do you wish to do? Yes?
The day of, can I celebrate and drink till I fall asleep?
Yeah, so you go to the tavern, you just slam drink after drink after drink until about your 10th drink, when all of a sudden you blink and realize, oh hey, it's a new day. You find an old ragged blanket draped over you in the tavern, and somebody's just sitting across you, just rubbing their forehead.
Yippee!
You wake up and kind of give them a look before they just kind of glare you in the eyes for the second before they take the blanket off you and give you a nod and go back behind the counter. You're now sitting at a table. What do you wish to do?
I don't know.
You could get more drinks. You could leave the tavern.
It's the day after the big fight, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Atlas just becomes an alcoholic because of this traumatic event.
Finally learns why Sjel drank so much.
Yes. I wish he left me the flask.
Just never stopping the chug.
Atlas sitting at a table, freaking all of a sudden a trench coat and a detective's hat looming just above the eyes, and all you hear is a grungy voice. Now I see why he did it. It all makes sense now.
I sweep the leg. That's what.
So, what do you wish to do now that you're, done celebrating and you just woke up on a table that may or may not be clean?
Guys, my video is kind of creepy. You just see two glowing eyes.
Who all of the allies are still alive?
So, pretty much most of the people you've met, except for Sjel, Satsu, and, technically Husk, Phoenix, and Alexios, considering they're no longer near you. Husk went off to do his own thing. Phoenix and Alexios got transported back to their time.
I guess I go find Lizatia before I start leaving.
Okay, so you decide to get up and leave, and you head out to the town square. You look around, and you don't see Lizatia anywhere. You assume she went back to her hideout.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Alright, so
Yes.
you head
Yes.
back to her hideout, you
Yes.
give a knock at the door, and you see the butler puppet kind of walk up to the door, open it, before giving you one quick look over and nodding before letting you in. So as you walk down, you see Lizatia sitting at her table, seemingly just going over papers. So, you get to about just in front of her desk.
Is there like a doorway or a wall I could knock on to alert her that I'm there?
No, you're in just the main room, so it's just this huge open room with the stairwell to the door. So you're just kind of standing in front of her as she's absorbed into her papers on a desk. It's not really anything
Is she
nearby that
also
you could like knock
depressed
on.
I'm just standing here like a creeper.
I'm just standing here.
So do you just wish to sit there and stalk, or do you like knock on the desk or say something?
I'll walk up, I'll knock on the desk.
Alright, so you kind of do a light tap on the desk, and she looks up before her eyes go wide. She runs up and gives you a tight hug. Glad to
I'll
see
hug
you.
her back.
So you give her a hug back, and as she backs off, she kind of looks you up and down. Your clothes are in need of assistance. One moment, I should have something. See her kind of like walk off to a different room. You hear some clattering,
Was there
some
like
clashing.
vomit all over their clothes?
I
from
reek
their
of
drinking
alcohol.
night?
You hear a light yelp when something real loud bangs against the floor. And you see her walk out with some spare clothes.
I'll ask her if she's okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Just, I put a pot where it shouldn't have been. Anyways, here you go. So she hands you this nice set of clothes. They're really elegant and, like, really deeply colored. So, those aren't tattered, I hope. And they also don't reek of alcohol, so it should be fine for you. There's a spot you can change
Thank
over there.
you. I'll find a corner or something to...
So you walk into the bunk room, you make sure nobody's in there, and you real quick shut the door and change out of your clothes into the nicer clothes. They are very, like, well-flowing. They provide a lot of room so that you can move around easily. And they are very heat-resistant, so they don't scorch down into ashes because your, body is made of literal fire.
Oh yeah.
See, as you walk out, she
joke. I'm
gives
gonna
you a
shut up
nice
now.
smile and a nod before returning back to her paperwork.
I'll say to her, I'm gonna go home to see if my family is still alive. So I don't know when I'll see you next.
Oh, okay. Well, feel free to write or just stop by whenever. You can always just open the door. My butler won't shoot you.
The butler has a gun?
Well, yes, of course. Why wouldn't he? She snaps her fingers 3 times, and you see the butler real quick march down, and you suddenly see his chest split open, and a large wooden rifle comes out of it. And he grabs the rifle and immediately assumes a very defensive stance, and he just racks the rifle, and you see this large metal round just fly out of it.
All I can imagine is like Atlas coming in and they forget who Atlas is, so it's just instantly.
Just, hey, I'm back. Are you sure about that?
Oh shit, that was Atlas.
Good thing we got the puppet.
I know. Oh, well, part 2 for the puppets, I guess.
So, as you turn to leave after giving her goodbye, you suddenly hear Lizacia speak up again. Would you like to take your puppet with you? I mean, it's still binded to you, and it's not like I'm dismantling it anytime soon. So, if you want to take it with, you're more than welcome to. Or you could leave it here.
I could use it to like mail the letters. Like,
I mean, you could always control it and speak through it, so you could leave it there as a way for you to just kind of instantly warp to it.
honestly, I think that's a better idea.
Okay. So you tell her you're going to leave it there just so you can use it as an easier way to visit. And you give one final goodbye, and then you walk out the front door.
Help out?
Yeah, you can...
Like, when I'm not there.
Yeah, you can have the puppet kind of just be sentient. You real quick go over to the puppet, and as you look at it, you see its nice, mossy, greenish wood, and its elegant carving. You real quick tap it, and it wakes up before looking you kind of just nicely and softly in the eyes. You give it the command to make sure to keep, everything around here clean and safe, and do whatever Lizacia needs it to do. Gives you a nod before getting back onto its rack and going back to rest.
Eepy.
And with that, you leave. So you're now out front of Lizacia's hideout. What do you wish to do now?
I'm gonna go burn my old clothes. Just burn them.
You find some area kind of just off in the distance away from where you were at. You kind of just toss your clothes to the side real quick, just blast them with a fireball, and they'll just go up in quick ashes.
Seems fitting.
After that, you take a look around. You find yourself at an intersection. To the right of you is the forest that you fought and saved the druid in. To the front of you is just the path back to the village, to the town, and then to the left of you is this, large gateway to something.
I'm gonna go back to the druids fight area.
Okay, so you walk into the forest, and as you start to walk in, you can definitely see the changes that took place after your fight. The trees are nice and colorful, the wood is nice and brown and solid, and your hands don't melt into them as you try to climb up them. There are leaves falling from the trees, they're nice and green. And you can find the old stump that the druid was stuck to. And you see a few scratches and marks into the ground, and a few giant marks of giant clawed legs. And you can see the remnant of the giant tunnel that, Noise dragged Sjel through during your guys' fight.
Atlas sobs. Just crawl in the hole and cry.
Is there like a stump? You said there's a stump.
Yeah, the lower half of the druid that you freed him from.
Could I, burn a handprint into it so that if the stump is still there in, 1,000 years, someone will see it?
You can do that.
I already went in here.
Maybe Phoenix just overlooked it. You didn't
Brother.
exactly investigate the stump. You just kind of saw it and was like, "Oh, hey, I remember this roughly."
We probably should have done mosses first, honestly, for this exact reason.
I was thinking that the whole time. I was gonna leave notes and shit for y'all.
Well, Alexa was so adamant to start hers first, so you know.
I didn't want to go first.
Weren't you the one that was chanting to go first? I asked, and you're like, me.
Yeah, right after the depression happened. If you would have asked me again, I would probably be like, no, probably not.
Well, you still said you wanted to be first, so
No,
suffer for it.
it's okay. I'll just go back all the places again to find stuff. I'll be like, I think I missed something. Let me go again. He's being interrupted.
What are you spelling? Oh, are you spelling?
Got a meow meow? Meow. Where did Noah go? We just started without Noah, without really even discussing it. Where did Bird go?
He said he had to go.
Brother, ooh. He can never stay longer for a few minutes. What is this?
He had scouts.
Okay, Ian. Why does he agree to join things if you can't have the time for them? Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, so Atlas, you place your hand on the stump and you burn your hand mark into it.
Dominic. Oh! Dominic.
What?
Whenever we do my second epilogue, are you gonna let me go through all the places so I can rediscover stuff?
I mean, it's your choice.
Yay! I don't think I'm gonna get much from a hand, but you know.
Probably not.
Can I put like an A next to it?
Yeah, you real quick kind of just solder an A into the stump with your finger. Anything else you want to do in the forest, or is that all you want to do?
You guys can play.
Leaf angels. There's enough room for that.
You know what you should have done, Moth? The classic thing is like to put a heart with our initials in it.
So, you said you want to do some leaf angels and all the leaves that are on the ground? Alright, roll.
Uh-oh.
I have to roll for leaf angels?
Yes.
Hold on. 18!
You drop down on the ground and do some pristine leaf angels. You stand up and feel proud of your work.
Are the heads a little singed?
Yeah. The outline, the entire outline's just a little black around the edges.
Perfect.
You've given yourself one inspiration roll. You now have one inspiration because you've inspired yourself with some perfect little leaf angels.
Oh, yippee!
Suddenly, though, you hear some rustling around some of the other trees.
We were both like,
You real quick look in the direction.
I'm summoning my spirit umbrella.
You summon your umbrella and you real quick get it ready, and suddenly you see a cultist kind of driven mad over the previous events that just happened, and they charge at you with some just manic yelling. You can't even understand anything they're saying.
Bonking his head.
Alright, what do you wish to do? You want to bonk his head? Alright, roll. You have advantage because of your inspiration.
11.
That works. He sprints up to you, and you real quick ring up your umbrella and just whack him cartoon style on the head. You hear a loud thunk happen as you whack him, and he just real quick scrunches down, springs up, and drops backwards. Before real quick getting himself back up. It's now the cultist's turn. Roll to dodge.
uh-oh.
Three.
He real quick runs up and slashes you across the chest. Take 5 damage.
Is that with the advantage?
No. The advantage
there's
was
a
used
boost
on
that?
the advantage was used on the attack.
Oh.
Alright, so you take 5 damage.
I'm not keeping track. I don't know where my...
Do you know where your character sheet is?
I sort of crossed out of it when we stopped doing shit.
If anything, I should be able to pull it up.
I'll get it. Eventually. Okay,
10,000 years later. By the time they get that back, it would be the time of my generation. That's Phoenix.
I'm gonna bonk him again.
Alright, roll.
Does my audio sound the same, or does it sound better?
Sounds about the same. You got a 2?
No.
Oh no.
What?
You sprint up and swing down your umbrella, but you miss by like maybe a good 2 feet. And just whack the floor. Now the cultist's turn.
I thought these guys were dead.
Ow! Well, isn't that fun? The cultist sprints up to you, and as he does, he raises his dagger well above his head, ready to drop it down in your skull. But as soon as he brings his hands down, suddenly an unknown force seems to pick him up, using his blade as a rotation point, and flips him over your head. And he crashes into the ground behind you.
You have a ghost protecting you, Moss.
Is this a Sjel?
Mayhaps, who knows?
I'm gonna look around like,
Oh.
who the fuck Patrick this motherfucker?
Alright, what's your decision?
Hello?
What do you wish to do for your turn?
Is the fight over?
No, the guy's still alive.
Okay.
He just managed to trip. He just managed to trip his dagger on air, and still trip himself over his dagger.
Curb stop him! I voice cracked so hard, but curb stop him. Curb stop! Curb stop! Curb stop! Curb stop! Curb stop!
You want to curb stomp him?
Nah. Let me pull up my spells.
They're pulling out the spells for this one, boys.
Magic time,
Alakazam.
motherfuckers! Fireball!
Fireball! Being able to play a character with Fireball is crazy.
Indeed.
In the Halloween one.
Me.
It was
Heron shameless plug.
I do ballistic burn.
Alright, roll.
17!
You put your hand out and fire a small array of fireballs and smack him in the chest with all of them. Alright. As the cultist falls down from the hits, he stands back up and his eyes seem to glow purple.
No.
This... I need you to, let's see, roll dodge.
Don't fuck up.
12.
That passes. Alright. So he sprints up to you and he swings his dagger at you and you manage to jump out of the way with your umbrella. Roll again.
Yeah.
3.
Oh, God.
He swings at you. You try to block with your umbrella, but you block just a little bit too high. You know, just a little bit too high as his dagger goes for your chest, and you decide to block for the air. Gotta keep the air safe, you know.
That's it. I'm getting different dice.
You take a heavy cut across your chest. You take 3 damage.
Oh no, I'm getting flashbacks.
I need
How
you to
much
roll
damage?
again. 3.
Guys, I realized the biggest crime.
Which is?
There's only one
No!
soundboard in here.
What?
That's my boy! No, my boy! Father, help!
Moss right now when they keep getting the low numbers. Father help!
What'd you get, May, when you rolled? Another one? You get stabbed in the side as you try to block again. Take another 3
I'm
hit
dying,
points.
I guess.
Take another 3 points of damage.
If
I'm
you
at
die
6.
already.
If this epilogue ends this damn early, that's gonna be a problem.
I won't be able to find any secret notes.
Okay, you need to roll one last time. Don't fuck up.
Wait, let me blow on it.
God, it's like a toddler trying to blow out a birthday cake. That worked.
What was it?
Can I re-roll?
No.
I got a 3. These are 2 dice that have been rolling 3s.
Oh god.
Get the rainbow dice. The gates will never do you wrong.
So, you jump back after getting stabbed in the side, but instead of waiting for the cultist to take the dagger out of you before jumping back, you jump back and it causes the dagger to rip through your chest. Take 4 damage.
I hope you can heal yourself.
I would like to say that you are a little bit owie right now.
I'm at 2 hit points, motherfucker.
Alright.
One hit, I'm dead. Yes!
Can like Leonaria as the moth? There's just like
Nope.
Healy.
Lunaria doesn't exist here.
Nar.
I'm gonna
Okay.
heal myself. Fuck this.
Okay, wanna use your,
I just talked to this.
Okay, roll d20 to see how successful your healing is.
Alexis.
Rainbow!
Maybe it's you who's giving me the curse.
No, I would
Oh
never.
no, I got a 12!
Okay, you get to roll d12 to see how much health you heal.
What's that?
The 12-sided
It's the
dice.
D12.
It's a D12. Alexis, this is the one you got me for Christmas last year.
Oh!
If
The
I
pink-
die, it's your fault.
The pink one with moss on it?
Yeah. 5!
Okay,
I'm
heal
at
5 health.
7! Thank God!
It's better than 1 hit point healed.
Okay, the cultist seems to have calmed down a little bit. Roll to dodge.
Don't mess it up.
19.
That works.
Yeah!
You dodge flawlessly.
You said
Alright.
no.
Back to your turn. What do you wish to do?
I'm
Kill him.
gonna hug this motherfucker and try and grapple him.
Okay, roll.
Give him a big hug.
17.
You heat up your body and you dash up to him and grab him. And you start burning him alive inside your hands.
Grapple, bitch.
He's gonna roll to try to
Are
break
you
out.
using the gay? I
Alright,
told you, the gays will never do you wrong.
alright, you gotta roll to beat him, so roll. See if you can keep him in your grapple.
Well,
That surpasses easily. He tries to struggle out of your grip, but instead manages to somehow put more of his body against you, burning himself even more. It's back to your turn. What do you wish to do?
keep burning him. I'm gonna say, what do you want, motherfucker? Leave me alone.
So you yell that into his ear. I want you to roll for damage.
Yelling damage, or are they still burning?
You
Roll,
want me to
roll
roll
d20.
for?
See if you succeed in yelling in his ear.
I want more intimidation, but okay, that's an 11.
That works. You yell loudly into his ear, and you see him wince physically as you yell into his ear. Alright, Cultist is going to try to break out. He starts struggling around a lot, and you see him start to go manic again as his eyes glow really bright purple again. But as he's struggling, he's slowly lowering himself farther down your arms until your arms get around to his neck. And he suddenly starts lurching himself all over the place, trying to throw you around. And then all of a sudden you hear a very loud and satisfying crack. And he just drops a limp in your arms.
Oh god.
Just the only response is,
Did he like roll a 1 or something?
yeah. He nat one. He struggled so bad he killed himself by snapping his own neck. I mean, it's one way to
Yeah.
get out of
Now
a grapple.
holding
If
a
you're dead, you're not in it
lifeless
anymore.
You're just like,
Just, hold on, I can get out of this one moment. I was probably just sitting there like, whoops.
whoopsies!
Well, I guess I don't know. Oh wait, don't
What
I
if-
have Campbell?
Yeah, Campbell's kind of just sitting at the end of the forest, just watching.
I'm gonna make him eat the cultist.
No, you should leave the bones by the tree and I can find them later.
You can put a.
Nah, I
put
think
the
they would
skull.
have. Well, no, maybe they wouldn't have decomposed by then. How long does it take to decompose?
Probably
A second.
someone else would have found it and they're like,
Yeah,
be
probably
like,
someone would have
what the
cleaned it
heck?
up.
What the freak? Especially since there's law now.
Hold on.
There's walls.
I
Hold on,
am
doing
lawless.
Okay, yeah, there's no chance. Even if May would have left the bones, you would have found them. They decompose in about like hundreds of years. So, and considering it, oh,
Where the fuck she go?
great question. Oh, there she is.
What? Is my camera sideways for you guys?
No.
Okay.
I lifted up my pillow and my keys were on top, and then my keys landed on my laptop perfectly on the power button.
Alexis, take 5 points of emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Okay. So, Atlas, you give Campbell the command to eat the corpse. So Campbell, real quick, happily stomps up and he just starts munching away at the body. It takes him maybe about 10 bites and there's nothing left.
Dom, can you send me Phoenix's sheet? I lost all my bookmarks when I switched laptops.
Didn't we pin it in our Discord chat?
Oh, did we?
I think so.
No, you mean DMs?
Yes.
Yay! 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 Thank you.
Anyways, Atlas, what do you wish to do
Alexis,
now?
is your camera on?
Yes, it is.
It's buffering for us.
Well, first of all, I can't see Alexis now.
I can't either.
And second of all,
I could give you pointers, given that you're not, doused with a bunch of amnesia from being transported back into the future.
Wait, what happened?
Back to the Future. Sorry. No, Dominic. No.
Not the rock. Not the rock.
Rocket shushing! Lose half your health.
Damn it. I did not.
What
Wait,
were you talking about?
no,
Amnesia from going back into the future?
I was saying
Why
if
were you
May
talking
won,
about
I
me?
could give her pointers on what she could do, because unlike Phoenix, she's not doused with amnesia.
So,
Hey,
is there anywhere else to go from the Druid place?
So you can head back to the intersection. You could go to the large stone gate. You could go back to the town. You could head back to Lizatia's, but you already said bye, so it'd be kind of weird if you just randomly pop up like, "Hey, I'm back," even though I said I'm going to go see my family. And you can always head back to the
I'll go back to
Sjel's old hideout.
Where? Oh, where? Oh.
You could always head back to the old hideout as well that you guys used in Chapter 1. See if you could find things maybe to help you find Sjel.
I'm gonna go
I'm gonna
back
do it funny, guys.
to the old hideout.
Okay. So, you head back to the old hideout, and about by the time you get to the intersection, suddenly you see this small blue portal open up, and you see flashback after flashback in your head, and you're just like, no, 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 and suddenly a small pebble just jets out and smacks you in the forehead before knocking you down. And as you pick up the rock, you see an etching, and just like, shut up. The etching is just crude, but just says, shut up, just for once. You stand back up and you make your way over to the old hideout. And as you get there, you pop open the hatch, and as you drop on in, you see your indent of yourself from when you dropped in before. And you look around, you don't really find too much really anything there. The place looks the same as it was left.
Well, I'm gonna clean it up if it's been ransacked.
It hasn't been touched since the old scavenging crew was there. So it hasn't really been touched since the other three were there. So it's pretty much the same as it was.
Well, while I'm looking for things, I will clean up as well.
Okay. So
While they're cleaning, I have a question.
Investigation check.
yeah.
What do you think is considered?
I don't
Okay, no, better
shit,
question.
man.
What class do you think I would be if I was put shoved into a D&D world? I'm doing something. Don't worry about it. Barbarian? Because I'm stupid and strong. Got it. Barbarian.
Alright, what'd you get, May?
6.
You start tossing things around to look
I don't
around for
find
things,
shit.
and you didn't find jack shit. You found what you thought might have been a letter from Sjel, but instead it's just some weird list of whatever random crap.
Is it like a shopping list?
You can't tell what language is on it. It's like some odd language that you've never heard of.
Would I know if it's the jail's handwriting?
You could keep a hold. I'll say you can keep a hold of the paper.
Alright, keep a hold of it. It's probably like a shopping list or something.
To you it seems runic, but you can't tell if it's actually runes or if it's just some mental scribbles that somebody put down. But you could try to look around and see if you could find some other handwriting that you could compare it to.
I'm gonna shuffle through Sjel's old room, being like, sorry buddy, I'm trying to find shit.
Okay, roll investigation.
Well, that's a little better. 8.
You dig through most of his stuff, but you realize after a decent amount of digging, he's pretty smart about making sure people won't find his shit. You can find nothing in the open besides just some clothes that you probably don't think he's ever had the chance to really use.
Okay. Well, can I start knocking on walls to find any secret places?
Yeah, you start knocking on walls. Roll investigation.
Why? 5.
You start knocking on walls, but you notice nothing different about any of the walls. At this point, you look like a very bad Scooby-Doo montage.
Alright, I'm pissed off. I'm leaving.
You start to leave, but all of a sudden, as you press on the hatch, you notice it doesn't budge. And you hear a light snoring on the other side.
Oh, shit.
And as you start trying to peek through the cracks in it, you realize there's a somewhat translucent liquid sitting on top of the hatch.
Come on, let me out!
You realize you're quite stuck. As Campbell has somehow managed to lock you in without locking you in. His fat ass self decided to lay on the door and now you can't get out.
Damn it, I shouldn't have fed him a body.
Knowing your, good old friend Sjel, however, you would think that there's probably some secret hatch or something you could sneak out of.
Yeah, but I've been rolling like shit, so I'm gonna die in here.
And this is the end.
Okay, I'll start knocking on walls again.
Alright, roll.
Alexis, this is the rainbow dice. It's your fault if I fail.
Ah!
Can I please re-roll?
Sure. You're not on a time
They have to
constraint,
roll
so...
for every knock.
Right. Dumb. You'll never guess. I rolled this dice. I got a 2. I rolled this dice. I got a 3.
Would you like me to
Roll
roll
a new
for
dice,
you?
you'll get a 4. If you get 4.
No, I got a 9. On the third one.
Given Sjel's skill on hiding things, you still can't find anything. Alright, look, I'll do this for you, okay? I have all my spare dice. If you wish, I will expend one of these spare dice, so I will roll for you instead. Once you run out of these spare dice, though, you don't get any more rolls.
Shit. Roll for me.
Okay.
I want to find secret shit.
Alright, I'll roll for you. We'll use this one here. That's a 10, that passes. You start knocking against all the walls and
I sent something
stuff.
specifically look at the hit points.
You start knocking against all the walls and something, and at a very small portion, you notice a very slight variation in the sound as you're knocking. And as you start running your finger across the wall, you feel a slight indent every time you get over a certain portion. What do you wish to do with that small bit of information you have now?
I'm gonna take the bottom of my staff and try and crowbar it.
Alright, so you start trying to pry out where that little indent is. And as you're prying at it, you notice the wall slowly starts to slide out a little bit. And as you're sitting there continuously prying it out, eventually after maybe a good 5 minutes, this large chunk of the wall comes out. And you realize now how Sjel was smart enough to actually hide it, because he made it thick enough so that it wouldn't sound different. But you notice a large tunnel going out from behind this chunk of wall you removed.
Well, that changes things. Rather than knocking and stuff, I'm gonna feel the walls and look for shit, because I want secret shit.
Commercial break. You should all look at the general chat of here.
I don't know.
Commercial
I
break.
don't find shit. I crawl through.
You don't find shit, okay.
But look at the hit points specifically, Dom.
Oh no.
Alexis, Alexis, you should put, instead of fucking gibberish, you should put English.
English! Gotcha.
Alright, so you decide that you've searched enough because Sjel is just a little too damn good for yourself to keep shit in the open for you. So you crawl through the tunnel and you actually find an old piece of paper kind of laying there. I assume you pick up the paper and try to read it.
Yes.
Well, sucks to be, it's too dark in the hall. It's too dark in the
I have hair fire. I have hair fire.
You try to
I
bring
am fire.
you bring it closer to your face just enough to illuminate it. And you can make out some of the words because the tight space makes it kind of hard for the light to illuminate. So you pick up a few words, but you can definitely tell.
Crawling forward, but
You you look over it, and at the end of the paper, you do see a little signature of Sjel. So it is something definitely of his handwriting.
I'll keep crawling.
Alright, so you continue crawling, and then eventually you reach the end of this tunnel, and there's a small other hatch that you can push open.
I'm pushing it.
Alright, so you start pushing at the hatch, and after a bit of pushing, it's kind of just shut tight because of how many years it's been shut. So you end up kind of spinning yourself around and smacking at it with your feet, and it just pops right open. And as you slide your way out, you're back out into the open. The fact that you never knew Sjel had this extra tunnel. Oh, you want to head back to the hatch?
Before I go find the hatch, I'm gonna put the chunk back so that no one can find it.
So you'd have to crawl back through the tunnel to go close the chunk. Because it's not like you took out the whole tunnel's worth of... The part you kicked open was just a hatch. It was just a camouflage hatch. Okay, so you shut the hatch. And as you head back to the original hatch, you see Campbell just lying on top of it, just balled up.
I can't stay mad at you.
Alright, you now have two different pieces of paper. One is clearly signed by Sjel, and the other one is incoherent handwriting at the moment.
I'm reading the Sjel one.
So you look over the one that is left over by Sjel, and given probably most likely from age, some of the words are blotted out, but you can tell that this tunnel was meant as some sort of escape route, just in case. But you notice that the dating on it, on the paper, was not from too far after he met you guys. So clearly the tunnel wasn't even an original escape route for him. So why he intended to leave that route there is kind of unknown to you.
What does the note say down there?
It's scattered words. It's literally just saying that there's random... Like,
Yeah,
he left that tunnel for some
Don't make him
reason,
think on the
and
spot.
it was only after he met you guys. You can now use... You can now compare both the notes you found if you want to. See if you can try to find similarities in script. Alright, roll investigation.
$17.
That works. You start looking over them, and although they're not the same language, you can definitely tell the one that looks like just random scribbles is 100% Sjel's handwriting. what the language
Time
is,
to learn
though,
a new
you
language.
have no clue what it is. You neatly fold it up and you leave. There might be someone who might be able to decode what was on that one paper. They might be able to translate it or something.
Yeah. I'm going to a library.
Library. Time to learn a new language.
Oh wait, I'm carrying Campbell with me.
You pick up Campbell and he's extremely heavy because he's still digesting a whole body. So you're sitting there just kind of roughly picking up and you're just kind of waddling with him as he like dangles halfway between your feet.
Could I use my cape to carry him like in a sack?
Yeah, you kind of pick him up
over
like
your
a
shoulder.
little bundle sack. So you go to the nearest.
Also, if you hear creaking, my chair is creaking.
Alright.
My bed's also creaky.
So you head off to the nearest library and you walk in, you kind of see a bunch of people just sitting around reading, and you see the librarian at the center table. What do you wish to do?
I'll walk up to her very quietly.
Alright, you walk up to the librarian. She looks up at you and then gives you a quick nod and says, "Oh, hello, how may I help you?"
Do you have anything on ancient languages? I whisper because it's a library.
You see her cog her
I
eyes out,
couldn't
she
even
looks at
hear
you confused, like... She just real quick rubs the bridge of her nose. You can talk at a normal temperature, we don't care.
Temperature?
Shut up. My brain half dead, okay?
And then I did just start yelling.
You can speak at a normal temperature.
I mean, Atlas can indeed speak at a normal temperature. Atlas is fire.
I'm putting that in the quote book now.
Fuck you.
Listen, man. The only quotes you have are ones talking about how you should nuke children or something. I need to put more.
Do you speak English? Fuck you! You do indeed speak English. You can speak at a normal volume.
Okay.
We don't care. This isn't your university's library. We really don't care. Just don't yell.
You said it like I've been to a university. But anyway, do you have any book on old languages? I pull out the neatly folded paper.
You quickly unorigami it from a little origami train.
Oh wait.
So
I have 600 of these things.
Jesus Christ. So you unfold the paper and you hand it to the librarian, and the librarian looks over it. Well, this isn't any language I know of. There might be a book about it,
Any books?
but I feel like this is
Where's the
more
language?
of a codex than it is an actual language. I feel like you might need to
codex?
decode this somehow. Yes, it's some sort of cipher
I'm not
to
smart
keep people
enough
from
to
figuring
do that.
what it is. We might have a book on it, we might not. The only other way you could figure this out is find out who else might understand from somebody who wrote this.
Is
But it looks like
is there a military base somewhere around here?
Nowhere around here. But we do have some books on military ciphers if you want to go look.
I'm gonna go look at that. Thank you very much. I toss her a gold piece.
She just slides the gold piece under the table, and you hear it clink into a bin of other coin pieces. So you walk off over to the books full of military ciphers, and you grab one and start looking through it. Roll an investigation check to see if you can figure out anything.
Can I roll for ghost to see if Sjel could push a book out for me?
Sure, you can do that.
17 for the cipher book. 8 for the Sjel roll.
So you real quick just toss a quick prayer, hoping that maybe Sjel intercepts it somehow, even though, you know, anti-religious he is. Nothing happens. But as you start looking through the book, you notice a few similarities between the cipher that's on the page and the ciphers that are in the book. You can definitely tell it is a military cipher. but it's no cipher you can compare it to. It seems to be a very unique cipher between Sjel and whoever else he might be using it to communicate to.
I guess I gotta go die and find the Reaper.
Or you could probably just find someone to open a portal for you instead of dying.
I think Lization is smarter than me. I could go back.
Just, hey, I'm back, sorry.
I'm back. Can you help me decipher this?
But would Lization be able to decipher a military code? Because she's not a soldier.
Probably not.
She's a puppet maker.
Do I know any other soldiers?
There is somebody you know from Chapter 2. I will give that hint. There is somebody you met in Chapter 2. You had a right idea. With your death idea. You had a good idea with that. There's somebody else that would know.
You say that like I know anything.
You should know this. There's one specific person that would understand Sjel's cipher.
Atrix!
Would Atrix know? Would Sjel have had time to teach Atrix? You're on the right path. It is someone Sjel is close to. Not family.
The wife.
That is family.
She's dead.
Huh?
It's fine.
I was saying the wife's dead.
There's only one person out of everyone you've met that would understand Sjel's unique cipher.
And they probably are dead.
The
Most-
Reaper!
Yes.
What was his name?
Leotis.
What? Oops.
Lily!
What was his name?
Leotis.
Lily!
Oh. Yeah, but do I know Leotis? Like, have I died?
Technically, you don't know him now, but you technically have heard Sjel bring him up a few times. So you just have to guess and hope you could find him. Maybe find a seer or something that can be like, oh, you're looking for this guy, he's here.
I'm gonna go look through death records and find a Leotis.
Okay, so you go to the military death records, and as you look through them, you notice there is no record of Leotis or even Sjel. To be even more specific, there seems to be no record of death from their zone.
Are they not dead?
I'm going to throw this info in there. The reason why nobody would have a death record from their location was because their location was ravaged by shadows. So there was no way for somebody to safely get in there and confirm all their deaths.
Do I know where Sjel died?
Yes, you went there several times. It's the same place you went with the church where you fought the cyborg. The big guy that Sjel ended up scaring half the shit out of and going manic on and, massacring. Big guy, giant robot, like mechanical metal parts in his neck and body, and Sjel decided to go up to him and start stabbing him 1,000 times before throwing him off a cliff. That area is where Sjel and Leotis died.
Alright.
Lily's left savior.
I'm gonna leave the library.
Okay. You put the books back and you leave the library.
I wave to the attendant and say bye-bye.
The librarian.
You say bye to the librarian, she gives you a nice wave back, and you head outside. What do you wish to do now?
My soup sack on my back.
You're now outside in
It's
front
just
of the library. What do you wish to
sloshing as you walk.
What did you say, Tom?
You're outside of the library. What do you wish to do now?
He feels that he should have his cake and eat it. He feels that he should have Grace at home, his needs, doing his laundry.
There's a lot of things I can do right now.
He wants to be engaging in sexual encounters with other women.
You said that basically you led a kind of double life.
Did I do the wishing well thing in campaign 1?
Hold on.
I can't remember. I know I stuck my head in the wishing well, but
You should
I
have
can't
left
remember
something
if
in the
you-
hideout
it
so I can go
was-
back and look.
I can't remember if it was you or Lear that did it.
both of us did.
Okay, yeah, so you did
But
it
it
then.
did happen, though, right?
My little sister has the TV at like
I heard
max
something.
volume. Yeah, my little sister is watching YouTube in the living room. So, but yeah, you did do the well and...
Sounded like you had a child in your room for a second.
Like when she started singing Christmas songs.
I hope not.
Jingle bell, jingle all the way. How fun it is to ride. I'll take the record shake, it's fine. I'm not even playing right. Phoenix is just in the world looking around at things.
I will physically open a portal in real life next to your head and chuck a freaking brick through it. The brick of fishing.
I think that's the best thing, the brick of shushing.
I mean, you could head back to the old town, or you could try to find a seer or something that could talk to the dead, or maybe a medium.
I'm gonna go find a medium.
Alright. You explore around, you look in the town and stuff, and you end up coming across this little medium shop. You walk in, you see someone kind of just lurking over a table. There seems to be like a board in front of them.
The Ouija board.
What do you wish to do?
Is it a Ouija board?
Hey, are you a person who can talk to ghosts?
Why yes, I am. Come, sit.
Can you see ghosts?
See them, no, but talk to them, yes.
Can you see dead people? Can you see dead people?
I was wondering how many were around me, but I also got a question for a dead person.
Okay, then, come sit down.
How much is it?
It's your first time. It's free. Don't worry. And given you're, one of the heroes of the most recent events, it would be so rude of me to charge you. So come, sit down.
I go and sit down. I'm almost crying because I'm the only one left.
You sit down, and he solemnly looks you in the eyes. So, who is it that you would like to contact?
I got this old buddy of mine. I'll take off the pendant. This was his, but it was his wife's before him. So I don't know if this would work.
How long did your friend
would
have
help.
that?
Yeah. A while. Very long time.
Years, perhaps?
Yes.
That'll work. You
Think
see him.
so.
You place it down. You see him place it down in the center of the board, and he real quick digs out some powders and crystals from under his table. You see him place him in a certain way, and as he starts to place the powder, you realize it's seems to sort itself into the shape of a pentagram. Seems your friend had some demonic ties. You just nod.
Just casually nodding.
Just you have no idea.
The burn mark on the back of my hand.
You'd have no
Oh, wait, no, it's
idea.
the palm.
Yeah, it's just you have no idea.
You're like,
He real quick hovers his hand over it, and he closes his eyes. It can't seem to contact the soul this is bonded to. However, there does seem to be ties to other souls. Let us see. A dragonborn, and what seems to be a human? If either of these seem of interest to you, I could try to reach to one of them.
Was Sjel's wife a
Yes, Sjel's wife was dragonborn. Atrix is half dragonborn,
what about
half
the
elf.
Homan?
Wasn't Sjel like an elf?
Yes, Sjel was an
Or
elf.
was
Yes.
human?
Sjel was an elf, and his wife was Dragonborn.
You said dragonborn and human.
Yes, I'm well aware of what I said. I did not mess that up.
This is not like the volume part. Volume and temperature, you didn't mix those up.
The medium mentioned he can't reach Sjel. He can't reach your friend. It has tethers to two
So talk to the human.
other souls.
That.
There's a dragonborn and there's a human soul he can reach.
Would I know that Leotis was a human?
Well, by process of elimination, you know from pictures and stories that his wife was a dragonborn. So, with no other bet, you kind of have no choice but to guess what Leotis could be.
Alright, I guess we gotta go with the second contact. Let's go with the human.
Alright, one moment then. You see him hover his hand over it again. You notice the room kind of dims. It gets cold and it seems to be a grayish snow seems to start to form on the ground. You see a third chair appear out of nowhere and it seems to slide itself out as someone in dark clothing and a cloth that covers most of their face sits down in front of you. And you see a large scythe kind of lean against the chair behind them. And as they look up, they just kind of look to both you and the medium. How did I get here? What is going on here?
Question mark.
From that, I point at Sjel's old necklace.
And you see him look down, and as this person looks down, you notice their eyes go wide. And he kind of looks at you with like a death glare. How did you get your hands on that?
Well, I knew Sjel for a long time. I kind of miss him. The medium couldn't get Sjel, so I knew you were his buddy. So I thought, yes.
That does not explain how you
I
got
put my hand
this
out and I
necklace.
say, "Hi, I'm Atlas, by the way."
He reluctantly,
You're the ghost that probably
reluctantly
cannot
shakes
shake
your
the hand.
hand before he returns his death glare. That does not answer how you got a hold of his necklace. You notice he slowly starts
He's dead,
reaching
Mike.
back for the scythe.
Wait. Hold on.
Let me tell you.
After the really weird big fight with the two big cult leaders, he just poof, he disappeared. I don't know where he's at. I have this cool piece of paper. Right here. I think it's a shopping list, but I'm not sure.
You show Leotis a cipher, and he real quick gets wide-eyed and grabs it before reading through it.
I found it in his old bunker. He was just on the floor.
You see him look over it, and then you see his eyes kind of drop into a solemn look. Before he real quick tears up the paper, and then it turns to ash in his hand.
Okay.
Oh man.
He had a contract then, and I guess with the whole fight, it wasn't fulfilled. And I guess he knew this, so... Well... Okay. There's not really much else on that cipher. It was just him leaving a message for, I guess, anyone who could figure it out. Or I guess if he ever thought I would be around after, I don't know, 90 years? No chance. So you knew Sjel. From when?
I don't know. He died and then came back, and then
Then he died again, and then he came back, and then he died again, and then he came back, and then he died again, and then he came back, and then he died
he's like
again.
I'm pointing.
The amount of times he died is
He
a
did die a
mystery to
lot.
me, because for some reason, I don't know how, Sjel managed to escape my own sight, and the Reapers. So, me and Death lost track of him, so how recently you met him is absent to me. But if he trusted you enough with the necklace, and you didn't just steal it off his unfortunate dead corpse, I guess that's fine. But
I show him the palm and the pentagram, and it's like, this is hit from him. He did this.
Either he wanted you dead or he trusted you. Either way. Why else did you need me here, or was it just for that cipher?
We'll figure it out.
Oh no. I kick my feet.
You see him just rub the bridge of his nose.
You're gonna make Lily hate you, man.
This isn't the time for jokes. I'm rather busy in my own area. Is there anything else you need me for, or am I free to go?
Have you seen Sjel, like, pass through? Or, like, come by?
If he was binded to a contract, he would skip purgatory entirely. Your best chances, given the evidence of demonic sources around him, your best bet would be to try to find hell. However you would get there.
Guess I'm going back, I guess.
And as you say that, he real quick just, like, gives you a wide-eyed glare. I'm sorry, back? This is not the first time you went to him?
I had a manic episode, man. I'm messed up.
Okay. But I assume if that's everything you need, I will take my leave.
I'm sorry for bothering you.
It is fine. Just if he finds Sjel, let him know his old friend misses him. Have a good day.
Will do.
And as he says that, suddenly everything seems a temperature shock back into warmth. The snow disappears, and he takes a few solemn steps before vanishing. And all you can see is a small set of footprints tracking off into the snow before getting blown away. Well, that seemed to turn out rather well. I guess your next place is the underworld. I, personally, as a medium, cannot take you there, but I hope you can find some way.
I'll figure it out.
Happy travels, and be careful.
It cuts to Atlas is jumping off a cliff.
I'm gonna toss him a gold piece.
You toss him a piece of gold, he takes it happily as you walk out.
Flashbang.
You feel, as you walk outside, you feel an odd sense of something gripping you. The sense of something wrapped around your hand. You don't know where it's coming from. It seems to be some sort of muscle sensation. But you feel the urge to look up, and you realize it is now nighttime. How so much time has passed so quickly is beyond you. Maybe you passed out somewhere without realizing. But you look up at the moon, and you see what seems to be a remnant of your own illusion. Seems to be a vision of you and Sjel shoulder to shoulder.
You wanna go get the stuff so we can start doing
no.
the stuff?
And with that, we will end our session.
No!
Making Moss actually rage.
No!
Suffer. So I think the next epilogue would be either Husk or Alexios.
No!
We'll have to talk with the two and see.
I wanna see Alexios be like, where the fuck is the correction I made?
Just, where's the damn robot? What button did you press this time?
Where's the button pushing robot? Looks at the location.
How the
Oh my god, are they in a different country?
Get here.
Oh.
Don't worry,
Wait,
there is a
wasn't it,
tad
like-
bit of lore for the continent you are currently in, Alexis. And for technically the continent that Alice is in as well.
You have it?
There is some history and a bit of folklore that exists.
Okay.
Technically, if May read up on it, she could use it as a whole, I read in the library. So there is folklore you could look at.
It's crazy.
It's also just a
Isn't
bit
it like
of
a
insight
like,
on it.
is that like his gun and or something? And then that's how he's gonna be like, wait, where's my robot? Where's my gun?
Where's the robot? Where's the
Let
gun?
me look at
Oh
the
no!
location. Panic! Why are they in a different continent?
Yeah, that'll be the session, because why not? Why not land it on such a cliffhanger?
You're mean. I've gotta wait for like 2 weeks now. I'll forget everything.
How did mine end again? Did I just like go to sleep somewhere?
Yeah.
Honk shooing.
You just had to go to sleep and rest on your thoughts.
Where?
Great question. We'll figure that out when we get there.
I just fell asleep in the middle of the forest and someone's gonna be like, you alright?
Just
Poor kidney.
You what, mate?
You what, mate?
Oh no, you fell asleep in the. You fell asleep in an end.
Oh. Honk shoo. Good thing we record these. I can go back and rewatch my episode if I need it.
Yes, you could do that.
Yippee, yippee, yippee!
I didn't get to do my other things.
What other thing?
Oh, I can't see anyone now.
Oh,
I can't see Dominic moving. I feel like Dominic cut out.